So let's go over to the item catalog. Again, the catalog comes in as a list, a browse with all the regular behavior. As we scroll down, you can see we have different information in the extended item panel. Let's find an item. We'll zoom in on an item. Okay. The catalog inventory bin system has 3 layers. It has catalog, which describes everything you sell, whether you have it in stock or not. Inventory is where you track what you have in stock in multiple warehouses. And the bin table is where the stuff is in the warehouse. So those are the 3 layers of product. Each item is described by an item number, 3 descriptions. You can also have an extended description in the comment, and the extended description is 1000. So this lets you put in an extended description, and the extended description can be printed on orders, can display on your website, or anywhere you'd particularly like to display it. You have a product line, a group, and a biz line. These are ways of grouping and managing your products. The product line ties to the general ledger so that you can have sales and cost of sales and inventory hit the general ledger by product line. Group is completely free form, and business line is also completely free form. You have the manufacturer name and the manufacturer's item number. You have a type of product. Then you have the special field. This is a 3-way flag. This indicates it's special order only, special order is not allowed, and may be special ordered. A special order is an item that you normally don't stock, and you only order that item when a customer places an order for it. So if it's an item that is special order only, that means you never stock it, you never write a general PO, you never receive it. If the customer places an order, the system generates a purchase order for the special order item. When the item is received, it doesn't go into stock. It does what's called a cross-dock transaction, where the goods come in, they're sitting on your loading dock, they are immediately assigned to the sales order that's waiting for them, and a pick list is printed. So the goods do not have to be put away and then picked. If it's not a special order item, then you can't order it as a special order. And if it's blank, then it can go either way. The same is with vendorship. Vendorship we talked about at the customer level, but where it's not used as much, but on the item level, it's used frequently. If it's blank, that means you can either fulfill the order from stock, or you can have a vendor ship it to your customer or your customer's customer. If it's set to yes, that means you never ever stock this item, and it always gets shipped from your vendor directly to the customer. And if it's N, it means your vendor doesn't do vendor ships, and you never vendor ship this item. It always has to come out of stock. Then you have the stock flag or the physical item flag. And for years, we've tried to come up with a better name for this. But this basically means if it's checked, it's a physical item that you buy and sell and can stock and warehouse. If it's a service or a miscellaneous charge, then you uncheck this and the system does not keep track of inventory. Now, it may be a physical item. For example, you may have different boxes and cartons in stock, which are physical items, but you don't keep track of them. So even if it's on a bill of material, it's not considered a stock item. So the system doesn't check if you have enough on hand or reduced quantities or anything like that. It just means it's an item we assume we have an infinite amount of. Perishable means that this item has a fairly short shelf life, usually food products, medical products, certain products, for example, usually when they're perishable, they can't be returned because they have to be shipped out with cold packs in them or something like that. And if they come back, the item is no longer considered sellable because you don't know what temperature deviations have happened. The auto allocate flag we talked about a little earlier. Auto allocate means, and the normal state is checked. When an order comes in for an item, the system will look at the allocation window and say, okay, we have these, I'm going to allocate them to this order. The allocation window is the lead days that it takes to replenish that item. If you can get an item in 30 days, if it takes 30 days to get an item from the time that you place the order, then your allocation window is 30 days, so that anything that is going to be delivered within 30 days to your customer, you want to allocate. If it's an order for 60 or 90 days out, you don't want to tie up the inventory you have because you can get more to fill that order. Then the next one, generic item. A generic item are fairly rare in most industries, but you can set up an item that allows you to edit the description during order entry or purchase order entry. And that means every item you sell is going to have a different description that the salesperson entered. In the vast majority of cases, if it's a generic item, it's also going to not be a physical stock item because the costs of it are going to vary all over the place. So generic items are not used in most businesses, but in some cases you have to use them. Taxable indicates whether it's a taxable item. In most cases, the items you sell are either taxable across the board or not taxable, meaning they're a physical, tangible item that's you have to charge sales tax for in most areas, or it's not a physical, tangible item, it's a service or a fee where you don't have to charge sales tax. Now, if you're selling inside of the state of New York and you're selling products that have mixed tax rates, you have to use an additional file. For example, potato chips in New York are not taxable if it's a family size bag because it's considered food, but if it's an individual portion, it's considered a snack and it's taxable. Books are not taxable unless they're above a certain cost, in which case they're considered reference books and they are taxable. There are third parties that we can tie into with a web service that on an order line by order line basis will go out and determine whether or not this item is taxable in this tax district. Very few people use that. It's a very expensive service, and most of our customers don't have need of that, but it is available if you've got to deal with that. Allow back orders means, do you allow back orders on this item? If you don't allow back orders on this item, That basically means we're not going to sell this anymore. And when I run out of them, any orders for them, just close them. Show on website is pretty clear whether or not the item should be on your website. The auto hold flag means this item needs to be looked at for some reason every time it's sold, and it will automatically put that sales order line on hold whenever somebody enters an order for it. The offer warranty on order entry is used by sites that sell to end consumers, and when you have this checked, when the item is entered in order entry or on the website, it'll pop up a little thing asking if they want to buy an extended warranty on it. And then this button shows us the warehouses, and we'll get to that in a moment.